Of Grand Rapids firing back at the owners of one of the city's tallest buildings who say that the city is at fault for floodwaters that forced residents out of their homes for months following last spring's historic flooding. 24-Hour News 8's Joe LaFurgey's live in Grand Rapids with the new developments in this one. Joe?
Yeah, Brian, this is the hole in the wall in question down here by Plaza Towers. Now, not only is the city denying that this opening caused floodwaters to seep and actually surge into Plaza Towers, but officials at City Hall also saying that people who are suing are trying to get taxpayers to cover some of their mistakes. April 2013, record floodwaters hit Grand Rapids.
And we had all those volunteer crews. I was filling sandbags down at the sewer department with all those volunteers.
Today, City Attorney Catherine Misch is defending the city over claims this Riverwalk passage in the city's flood wall allowed a wall of water to flood one of the city's tallest buildings, Plaza Towers. And the city's not just denying fault, they're suggesting one of the plaintiffs, Paul Hewley, one of the Plaza Tower owners, of trying to pass damage costs on to taxpayers.
I think the fact that this lawsuit has come about is a question of the owners of the building, perhaps being underinsured and looking to the taxpayers to try to fill the gap of where they're underinsured.
The city denying the floodwater was to blame, saying Plaza Tower owners were aware of problems that date back to when it was built in the early 1990s that could have caused floodwaters to bubble up through the foundation.
If there was something wrong with the construction that somehow allowed water to reach their underground parking ramp, they've been on notice of that fact for 23 years.
As for the mechanical equipment damaged by the flood, Misch says owners should have had it on higher ground in the first place. But Stephen Affandoulis, the attorney representing Plaza Tower owners, says the 1991 problem had a $13,000 fix, not something that would lead to the 2013 flood disaster. As for placement of the mechanical equipment, Affandoulis says the city signed off on it. As for the city's claim owners are trying to get taxpayers to cover their mistakes, Affandoulis called that and other statements by the city unfortunate. Quoting here, "We believe the government should be responsible when it defectively designs a public project that destroys the private property of a citizen." And no new court dates have been set in that lawsuit. Live in Grand Rapids, Joe LaFurgey, 24-Hour News 8.